Good morning, Internet. Sort of welcome back to the Rosy Supernova. They just did the next big merge update, and looks like some of the mods are working. See, that one's... Yeah, so I just got the mod updater working. Manual config, blah, blah, blah. So, we're gonna see, no, mini base I don't want. That one doesn't have an update, and Pliers still doesn't have an update? Ah, that's too bad. I like Pliers the best. And Research Queue hasn't been updated. Alright, I'm gonna pause you, and we will reload the game. Well, it didn't crash, so that's good. Yeah, so, well, let's try to actually load the game and see what happens. So I paused you for the load, but it looks like... Alright, we're loading. So what I've been doing for the last about 40 cycles is, if you save the game with the printing pod active, you can look what's in the printing pod. If you don't like it, you can then save the game, and when you reload it, the printing pod will be active with different things. So this is not what I left in the printing pod, but I don't want it. At about cycle 20, I found another arbor acorn, but I haven't seen a pip yet. In terms of the gigantic cleanup, the gas is almost completely clean. The liquid is almost all clean on the right side, and we're just about done on the left side. So it's just been a lot of waiting and cleaning, and I don't know where that water came from. Where did that water come from? Oh, maybe I was digging something up here. There might also be some ice, or who knows. Who knows? I had sent one of my dupes over here to move that vent, and then had him leave. I dug down and cleaned this out. There is 7,000 kilograms of carbon dioxide right there, and almost 15,000 right there. So a bit of an explosion, but I figured I could get that sealed in fast enough. New mutant seed. Ooh, a new sleep week. Those haven't happened in a while. Alright. But I don't think we've analyzed it yet. Nope. Okay, so we have to wait for them to analyze it. Haven't gotten too many mutants, but also haven't been doing a whole lot with it. Let's see, I believe you're dormant again? Yeah, that's dormant again. And where are we on isoresin? We were up to 70 kilograms. Yeah, definitely a great suggestion was start using rocket shipping to ship more food over here from the other base, which I probably should do if I really wanted isoresin. We're down to 8.7 tons. I wish slime didn't outgas so badly. I don't know if it outgasses inside of the rocket pods, because I've got plenty of slime over on the other base. I could just rocket ship slime over here. I'm not all that concerned about it. Oh, you must have just erupted. There's a nice pool of liquid iron here. Oh, and that one's dormant. Interesting, it's not really interacting with that sand. Yeah, this has all just been funky physics happening over here. And yeah, I don't understand where this water is coming from that it keeps popping up. But now that I'm no longer trying to cool the water, the cooling system is actually starting to cool everything else. Lots of giant ladder systems. I think that's too much to mop. No, I can mop it. Alright. we can probably get all of this water cleaned up. Ooh, and we can go see what our seed is. What did we get? Don't know. You sleek wheat, super specialized. So bigger temperature range, bigger yield. All right, well, let's plant a couple of those. Why not? I still haven't seen whatever that super fast growing one is, but whatever. I've got almost 11 million food. I think I'm good. And so right now all my dupes, once they bottle this, they're just going to dump it in these bottle emptiers anyway. And hopefully they won't get beat up by that poke shell there. The dupes, they always just look so unhappy when they're mopping. And to be fair, this is a lot of mopping, because as they mop, it draws down the liquid on the left side. So while they think they're getting ahead on mopping, they're really not. And I just have to keep clicking. No, still can't get the oil. We're almost there, dupes. And there's a lot of bottles outgassing right now, but that's fine. I didn't realize there's a Joya growing right there. Is there only one dupe there mopping right now? What happened to the rest of the dupes? Come on, I should be able to hit it all by now. There it is. Look at all that outgassing. Just means like the ambience and the music keeps turning on and off for me. And looking at the audio, it's turning on and off for you too. Yeah, and see, now it's back. No idea. Oh no, don't stop, you're gonna let it all flow. Yeah, and then, I don't understand. I don't know why the music and the ambiance like to turn itself off and on. It's too bad auto sweepers can't pick up bottles. That'd make the game much more interesting. Yeah, close enough. There's a little spot left. So, what is it? Cycle 840. And we finally got the liquids cleaned up. Wow. That took many hundreds of cycles longer than I thought it would. That being said, now I can actually like pay attention to this water tank and whether or not it empties. But that's full, that's full, that's full. And this is about a quarter full. And they're gonna come and dump stuff over here. So I thought I'd use this episode for a bit of an overview of the Rosy Supernova. Because they just did the big merge update, which means it's probably about time to start a new map. I might go a little bit longer on this one just to see if a pip shows up. So the point of this map was to test out the big asteroid on Spaced Out. After just playing a big base game map, what did I think the differences were? And My view on the big asteroid was it was too simple or too easy. I never felt like I was really pushed into going to the other planets. Like, yeah, I kind of went there, I grabbed some stuff, but at no point was I like, oh my god, I have to go here to get this. When you're playing on the, I guess, regular spaced out, the smaller spaced out, you really do feel the need of like, oh, I need to push to get to the second planet to get oil. I need to push to get to the whatever planet to grab tungsten, to grab gold, to grab whatever is not on the base map. And this is just, like, this is a big map, period. Or a big asteroid. I didn't do a whole lot with radiation this time, and that was kind of on purpose. Just because I know there's going to be a bunch of updates for radiation, I kind of wanted to do it on a smaller map. So I'll play with it a bit, and we'll let them do some updates. The super small feeding of the tree does work, but without pits or an infinite food source, it is definitely difficult to get good production. And I really am surprised that they didn't have a forest planet with... Oh, you're about to erupt again. A forest planet with pips. Or a forest biome with pips. With everything else they had in the big asteroid. Even though nuclear can produce a lot of power, solar is still king and spaced out. All the mini bases, you want to go bring some glass, get some solar panels to drop down there. It still works the best. But let's watch the volcano and see what happens to the sand. I thought this would have melted by now. Oh, and we got our new printables. It's just weird that it maxes out at like 700. I mean, this molten iron is 1800 degrees, and this barely gets above 700. Weird. Alright, let's go see what we got in the printing pod. Nothing. So yeah, so in terms of the big asteroid, yeah, it's super convenient to have all these vents in a big asteroid, but in terms of spaced out, I didn't enjoy it as much. I like playing a big map on the base game, but on spaced out, I prefer the little one. And your mileage might vary, or your economy, or for all the people not in America who understands what a mile is, because it doesn't make any sense, and why America can't go to metric, I don't know. But anyway, depending on what vents you get, it might be super easy. I mean, I got this monster polluted water vent that produces more than enough water to run a base with 24 dupes. You know, petroleum boilers, awesome. Whole bunch of natural gas vents, like that all just makes it easy. But there really wasn't a, oh my god, I have to go here. Now, one thing I didn't get on this map was a sulfur geyser. So that's something to be careful of. You do need sulfur for certain things. And once I run out, I'm out. Unless I make a sour gas boiler. Speaking of seed mutations, most of them suck. You know, there's websites now that'll tell you all the possible mutations, and most of them do nothing useful, or stuff that's so pointlessly useful. Yeah, speaking of pointlessly useful, these don't have a greater range. They go down even farther. They need to be at negative 19. Oh yeah, screw that. Like I said, sometimes they are just pointless. Like, yeah, it gives you 100% more, but now you have to make it much colder. I mean, I suppose I could do it with supercoolant. I do have... Good God, how much supercoolant did I end up with? 54 tons. So, I could get there with polluted water, but I could also just swap that over to supercoolant and be fine, but there's no point. I've seen some other videos of people putting the other modules besides the battery inside their base, and yeah, that I thought about that for gas storage. I mean, having 150 kilograms versus 11 tons is a big difference. Even the small cargo container is 36. 3,600 kilograms versus 150 in the same size. I'm sure at some point they will patch that out of there. It's nice that they have added the cobalt volcano. I think any of the metal volcanoes are always awesome to get. Oh yeah, they're picking up all of the liquid bottles I left lying around. Alright, let's just do that. And then the dupes have been down here just picking stuff up. But see, there's still 10 million kilograms of stuff. So yeah. Trying to think of what else to talk about the big asteroid. Other than it's big, you get all the vents, and it's easy. The gassy moos do live now, so if you want to ranch them, go for it. There's a ton of meat over here. Like, seriously. Is there any way for me to know how much meat is here? No. I would have to spawn a dupe over here for it to tell me. What if I go into debug mode? Now will you tell me? No. That's too bad. Because all these moos have been living up here. Actually, let's just look. Oh, now that's just weird. All the gassy moos are alive in space. None of them lived inside of here. I'm assuming there's meat in here. Is that all polluted dirt? Yeah. So how did that turn into polluted dirt if it was in a deep... Oh, because chlorine liquid is not a sterile environment. Chlorine liquid counts as normal atmosphere. So it rots in chlorine liquid, but does not rot in chlorine gas. And I'm assuming some of this is turned into polluted dirt, but then outgassed completely. Okay. And the niobium planet, still niobium. If you want to tame that volcano, go for it. It's fun, but once you get some, you don't really need any more. I thought this would melt more. I really did. Whatever it's been, like 100, 150 cycles. And this is the only area I've melted. So, easier to dig it than to wait for the iron to melt it. So I'm going to wait around for a bit. We'll see if anything else comes out of the printing pod. But yeah, all in all, a fun, basic map. I think the next one I'll do will be a regular spaced out one. I don't know if I want to do the swamp start now that they've just done this update, or do the Terra start. Actually, there's a question. Alright, we're going to wait for the printing pod to come up. Then I'm going to save and we're going to look if they changed the world gens. Still got about another cycle to go before the printing pod. But this is eating magma just slightly faster than the volcano spitting it out. So this layer used to be up here and it's come down a little bit. So this isn't fully sustainable, but for the amount of magma in here and the amount that comes out of this is fine. Worst case, I just turn this temperature down. I still get more than enough power out of it for its intended purpose. I did build a ranch getting ready for pips. I just haven't seen them yet. Huh. They changed it. The tree is not eating this rotten fried mushroom. Alright, let's set you to 2. I know, I just dumped my extra food in there, but there's still some berry sludge left. Yeah, it ate that. Okay, so now it's not eating rotten fried mushroom. Alright, well, then I guess we don't need to be sending the rot pies in there. That's too bad. I kind of liked it eating rotten stuff. Alright, I think everyone's fleeing from those guys because some of their eggs got up there. So we'll get them on the healing bench. Well, let's see what the printing pod has for us. So, muckroot and 3 duplicants. Alright, let's save and go back to the main menu. And we are back. And the mod updater went and updated some stuff. So let's look at the world gen here real quick. Okay, so I think I knew this last time that they had a forest start. Okay, so we got swamp, forest, and terra now. Forest is probably what I'll do. I haven't done the forest one yet. Alright, so now we'll reload, we'll see what's in the printing pod. And you don't see it because I paused you, but the load times are very long. And like, even once you get to this point, now the game is starting to be played. Okay. So now in the pod we've got brine. Yeah, so I've been doing that pretty much every 3 to 6 cycles, double loading the game just to get double shots to see if pips show up. So I don't know if they ever will. And that really is the one thing that the big asteroid maps are missing, is not having pips. Yet there's an arbor acorn on the water planet, but with no pips to ranch them, you can never get any more seeds. Oh, all that broke. Oops. I did not realize that that was getting broken. Yeah, so without pips to ranch to rummage arbor trees, you don't get any more seeds except what then comes in. Oh, I did melt some of that. Maybe that was just the reload that finally did it. Yeah, so I like the changes they've made to the rocket ships. Next time when I do more with radiation, I'll play more with the radiation rocket. I wish the big petroleum rocket worked better. The fact that this one has a range of 18, like this is the most useful small rocket design. If you can get by with that height, this thing is easy to deal with, doesn't take much fuel, gets you all over the map. Hydrogen's great if you want to go a little bit faster and the same distance. So that will probably be it for the Rosy Supernova. From your perspective, I very well might go another 20 or 30 cycles just letting the game play to see if a pip pops up, but I don't think it will. The change in food, it's annoying, but I like it. I like that they now make keeping food fresh a challenge. I hope they don't nerf berry sludge. Because if they nerf berry sludge, like that's the only good non-rotting food we have. So thank you all very much for watching. The game definitely gets slower here by this point just because the game is slower. Like it just takes longer for everything to happen. So there might be a little break in producing videos and then I'll get started on the new map. Hope you all are having just a wonderful day and enjoy playing the game.